The hair is up in a tie. You know what that means. We got work to do. And welcome to my small business studio. My name is Evie. I'm a wildlife artist. If you're new here, it's nice to meet you. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I have a market tomorrow. I have a lot of winter markets and I have a shop update in January. So I thought we would do a productive day in my life as a small business owner. If you got stuff you need to do for yourself, feel free to put me in the background, work along with me. It should be fun. I've allocated myself 25 to 30 minutes to finish a small portion of editing for a Vlogmas episode that goes live tonight. This will be episode 5, won't it? Yeah, 5. Happy Vlogmas Day 5. So I'm gonna get that done right now and then we'll catch up in a little bit.
Coming home for Christmas, it's been far too long. The sparrows are singing the Yuletide song. Leaves are falling, it's that time of year. Christmas season's drawing near. Oh, the carols we will sing as the children's voices ring. The winter snowflakes blanket everything.
Change of plans. My hard drive is completely packed and full and there's no more storage. So I am moving everything to an external hard drive and I've been avoiding it for weeks and I figured, you know what? I have time today. So all those files are moving over. I can't edit anything while it's moving because that would just take up too much processing power. It's not productive. So instead I'm gonna dig out all of the wooden pins that I'm bringing to my market tomorrow and we need to make backing cards for them. So let's go.
If you just look through the scintillating door, you're gonna see me there, just sitting on my own. I hear the people laugh, but I just check my clock. I've never been the best. We've mingled as more talk, and then I
always find it a bit tricky to choose exactly which ones to bring, but I think I'm gonna do just 3 of each of the sharks and the frogs. And maybe a few extra bees, because I have a lot of people asking me for bees. I think that is a good plan.
You tell me, don't you think this place is looking crowded? And then you whisper in my ear, look, I'm not even sure. My mind's a little clouded, but it looks like Christmas is here.
Klaus is back in the studio. He's hanging out there, totally paying attention. I have dug out the wooden pins that I want to bring. The market I'm doing tomorrow is slightly different, and a lot of the ones I'm doing in December are in that same kind of genre of they are artisan markets, but they are artisan markets where things have to either be handmade or they have to be manufactured in the UK in small batches. And I use manufacturers from all over the world, including in the UK, but right now I'm digging out my UK made products just to make sure that I'm sticking to their rules. They have no way of checking it, I suppose, but I like rules. And I have so many products that are made in the UK but that I often don't bring to events, either because they're paper goods and they're a bit bulky, or in the case of my wooden pins, enamel pins just always seem to do better, so I tend to bring those. But this time I'm gonna give my wooden pins a chance and tell you what, I would love it if wooden pins did very well at my markets and started doing really well in my shops. They are so much fun to make. At the moment I am manufacturing them using a UK manufacturer. They're called Zap Creatives. I have a friend, like refer a friend code I think if you want to check them out, but I'll link them below anyways. What I love about making wooden pins is that your drawing translates directly onto the pin badge, which is really fun. Whereas when I do enamel pins, I have to draw the outlines after I do my drawing and then select colors and all that stuff, and it just becomes it's a lot more work. It's a lot more work involved in enamel pins. Whereas with wooden pins, I just take my original drawing, I up the saturation and levels a little bit so that they look better for printing, and then I just draw the silhouette in the back to decide exactly how it's going to be cut, and that's it. And I feel like if I was doing a lot of wooden pins, I could easily do a shop update with 50 different animals as wooden pins. Whereas with enamel pins, I have to stick to around 6 usually, just because there is a huge investment going into enamel pins to have them manufactured. Wooden pins, not so much. You can keep very low quantities of each one. Wooden pins are my personal favorites to buy. You know I love enamel pins. I absolutely adore them. I love the shininess. I love the smoothness of hard enamel and the kind of bulkiness of soft enamel. But wooden pins is something about seeing the illustration on them that's just chef's kiss. I love it. Another thing I would absolutely love is to get a laser cutter one day. I don't entirely know how they work. What are you doing? I sometimes have treats in my pockets. I guess you sublimate onto the wood, is that how it works? I don't know. Let me know if you have any experience with laser cutters and that type of stuff. A laser cutter is one of 3 tech items that I'm hoping to invest in 2025. Let me know in the comments if you can guess the other 2. I would be very interested to see if you guessed them. What do you say, buddy? Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, yeah, you are. Alright, I'm gonna dig out some enamel pins that were made in the UK as well. I have 2 specific collections I want to bring. Let's dig out some more products. I'm such a goof. I found a box. So I was doing my wooden pins over there and I thought, oh, it's such a shame I don't have any more axolotls because they're usually my biggest sellers along with my sharks. And then I come across this box and like I literally have 8 different designs of wooden axolotl pins. And those are the small ones. I'm not even counting the holiday ones. This is good. Let's get some of these out as well. I found a lonely bee pin. It was in one of the axolotl boxes. Let's find a way back home for it. Let's see. And there. Let's have a look at some of the enamel pins. The peacock mantis shrimp. Nearly impossible to keep in a tank. Can punch right through the aquarium wall. The whale shark, which is either the biggest or one of the biggest fish on the planet. I'm always confused whether like the giant oarfish beats it to it because of the like length. A weedy sea dragon, relative of the seahorse, native to the coast around Australia. The reticulate whipray, a very round sea pancake from the Oceanic Ocean. Oceanic Ocean, is that a thing? A pajama squid. I always feel like the pajama squid looks more like a cuttlefish when you kind of look at it up close, the way it swims, but they want to call it squid. We're gonna go with squid. A poodle moth, a fairy armadillo, a tiger coal, which is a very cute Australian marsupial, a Honduran white bat, a sugar glider, and a pygmy sloth. This was, up until recently, this was the only sloth enamel pin that I had. I now have 2, but I don't have any in like the classic sloth pose, so I might add that to my Sakura collection later. I just spent the last 3 hours making the backing cards in my design software. I use Affinity Designer. I'm kind of bad with timekeeping and I always forget how long a thing will take me, but I feel like I got a lot of stuff done in those 3 hours-ish, 2.5, 3 hours. I designed all the backing cards for all the wooden pins and also all the individual stickers. I'm gonna set them off. To make my backing cards for my products, I use plain, smooth 300 GSM paper cardstock. It's nice for packaging, like it's very affordable, it prints nicely. It is not something that I would recommend for art prints or anything like that, but for something like product packaging that will often get thrown away, this is fully recyclable as paper and it will also break down. I had to restart the print because I forgot to set my printer setting to scale to fit. So even though I'm printing on an A4 page, it always cuts off a little piece. I don't want to set this to borderless printing because I've ruined so many printers doing that and it just doesn't seem worth it. So instead I just trim them. But let's check this other print and see if it's better. That's better. Honestly though, it should not be that much work. But yeah, this print so much better than the other ones, so I'm gonna use that layout.
You asked me about my sweater with Santa in space. I tell you it's a gift from the owner of this place.
And then you're looking up
And there we are.
and tell me with a glow, it looks like we stand under a mistletoe. And then we feel a bump
Behind our back,
somebody pushing you,
or the table cracks.
and then I'm thanking Santa,
This must be a sign.
'cause your finest space sweater.
Is now full of wine.
You tell me, don't you think this part is very loud? That's why you whisper in my ear.
Let's find another place, and this crowd, and then I know that Christmas is here.
This is a very typical me thing to do. I go to sit down on my computer and it's just full of yarn. This is getting a bit ridiculous. It is now 5:19 and we're making dinner. So if you're not familiar with my channel at all, I have my small studio at home that allows me to stay at home all day, which is what I love, but also have a separate space for my work environment and my home environment. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, of course things sneak out of the studio. That's definitely the case. I got my YouTube video uploaded finally, so that's going live now at 6. It's so strange, isn't it? Like something that should have technically taken 30 minutes to an hour, but because of the storage issue on my computer, it just ended up taking the whole day. Little things here and there. If you saw my December plan with me, I set up like my whole Notion board, and I think the storage issues today really highlighted an issue in my workflow. So in my Notion, I have now added a weekly task, like a weekly habit to check, of just clearing space on my computer and on my phone. So I have external hard drives for this reason, and I need to get into a habit of using them. This is the state of the packing station at the moment. I am really running out of space, but I'm hoping that we can cut all these by the end of today. Gonna go eat some dinner now, and then I'll catch you in a little bit. I'm just cutting these cards. I'm almost done with the wooden pins now. I still haven't done the stickers, so I'd like to do that before I finish for today. I have not made cards for the enamel pins, but then again, I'm also thinking that the enamel pins are not gonna take as long as these other things because I don't have as many of them to bring. I'm only bringing 3 of each, and there's only a few designs. Honestly, I don't think they're gonna be my best sellers for this event just because they are higher priced. Usually at events I charge between £8 and £9 for my enamel pins, but these ones, because they were expensive to make, I'm gonna have to charge 12, and I don't think that that's gonna be like as easy of a purchase as some of the smaller ones have been. I took a break to do some planning in Notion for my January shop update. I had a bunch of ideas kind of pop into my head, and I thought, you know what, let's just get them out of there and onto the board, and then I can have a look at them throughout December and see what we're gonna do. One idea I'm super excited about is I want to do some lake fish bookmarks. I have not made bookmarks for my small business in a hot minute, and I used to really enjoy it. When I first started my small business, like after I ran my first Kickstarter, I had enough left over to invest in a Cricut, and with the Cricut, die cut bookmarks were one of the first products that I made. Hey! Hello, it is much later, and I wanted to show you the octopus that I crocheted. I didn't do this today, by the way, I did it yesterday, but I still need to do the eyes and stuff the head. He's hollow in the head, that's why he's so lumpy. These tentacles are really fun. I got the pattern on Etsy, I'll link below if you want to try it out. It works up really quick. Like, I'm a new crocheter, so I'm a lot slower than like your professionals. This took me about 1.5 hours to 2 hours in the evening while watching X-Files, so not too bad. And just like... Where is the focus? And just like that, our day has come to an end. Thank you for watching this episode of Vlogmas. Day 5, can you believe it? I hope you found this interesting. I hope it was useful to you. I'm still getting a hang on these day in the life videos. So if there's anything in particular you want me to talk about or show you when I'm making these, please let me know, because we're doing Vlogmas. I'm putting up a video every single day, so there's definitely room to experiment with another one, or 5. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more from me, please consider subscribing to my channel. It will make me oh so happy, and it will help my channel grow, and all of those feel like really nice things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!